Hi, and welcome to Mindectomy, the show about life issues you may or may not encounter. Have you ever thought about why we're here? What's the reason for anything? The things we do or the things that happen in the world? Have you ever questioned your purpose in life? Or maybe you've wondered what purpose is there for things like dancing, decorations, traditions, rituals, or even holidays like Halloween? I'm not knocking Halloween or anything. I like everything about Halloween, except the costumes, candy, and general sense of unpredictability. It's natural for humans, us, you and me, to question the reason for things like this because we're curious beings and we're surrounded by these things. We inherently want to make sense of things, find a reason, see a pattern in our lives and in the world, because it helps us feel safe and it gives us a sense of worth when we find the reason, find our purpose. But what about the big question? Why are we here? Religions of the world typically explain this, because church is the place where people look for answers, and what bigger question can there be than, why do we exist? But this video's purpose isn't to answer that question, or any of the other questions I've mentioned. My hope is that you will find your own answer, and most importantly, that you'll find peace and acceptance if you don't find the answer, because things happen in life that aren't easy to explain. So faith plays a big role in helping people accept the unexplainable. However, it can be very damaging when people place God's will on horrific things like terminal illness, child abuse, murder, natural disasters, and all those other horrible things that happen in the world. But if you're a person who doesn't have faith or an existential belief, what do you have to lean on when questions of purpose and reason arise? There are numerous ways to come to terms with unanswered questions, especially if something traumatic or life-altering happens. Some people do constructive things like paint, clean, build, organize, and some people do other more harmful things like drink alcohol excessively or do drugs. I encourage you to find your way to accepting the unanswerable, the mysterious, the unexplainable, in a way that doesn't harm or hurt. If you do something harmful to yourself or others just because you can't figure out why something is the way it is, you'll create adversity, because our negative actions have negative repercussions. And what good is it to do harmful things? Drinking too much alcohol just makes you sick, throw up, and can lead to death. Drugs too. Being negative or just being a plain jerk doesn't do any good either. The answers don't come any easier if you self-mutilate or bully others. Find a way. Find support. Talk things out. Get creative. Find relaxation and calmness. This is much easier said than done, but I encourage you to make an effort to find the help you need for your sake and the sake of your loved ones. If you're angry, then admit it. If you're scared, admit that too. Find acceptance. Find peace. What about acceptance? What about being accepted by others? Acceptance feels good because it gives us a sense of belonging and accomplishment. But what happens when we aren't accepted? Or in other words, rejected? Rejection hurts our ego and makes us feel sad. So what does that mean for us when we're rejected? As I've said in previous videos, it's not the actions of others we can control, only our reactions. If you've been rejected, maybe this means that a change needs to happen. We tend to get defensive when we're rejected, and this is a normal reaction. But what comes after the defensiveness? Some people sulk. Some people turn to coping mechanisms, whether they be healthy or unhealthy. How about changing the thing about you that caused the rejection? To clarify, I'm not proposing that there's a simple way to fix being rejected. Maybe you were rejected by someone you had a crush on. Changing your hair, clothes, and physique might not make a difference. Or maybe you were rejected by the military for medical reasons like chronic asthma. Unfortunately, chronic asthma is usually not something that can be changed even with the best medication. I'm talking about taking a step back, looking in the mirror, examining your attitude and behavior. Because maybe there's room for change. Some kind of improvement. Maybe the change means that you reassess your priorities or your goals and gain a better understanding of your role and purpose in life. Rejection hurts, but sometimes the rejection we've experienced can lead to other avenues that we never considered exploring before. Rejection isn't the end of everything. It might mean it's the start of something new. I've experienced rejection numerous times in my life. Some rejection hurt more than others, and it took time for me to understand that I'm not at the end of the line. I just have to take another road. A road that's much better and fitting for me. My hope is that you'll find the other road if you face rejection. Don't limit yourself, and most importantly, be good to yourself and be good to others. Thanks for watching.